first in the stirrups to indicate that the warrior will never ride again.
The ride on his horse leads this parade annually. It's a reminder of the true meaning of Memorial Day, honoring our fallen heroes. The commander of troops for today's parade, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Thompson, leading the joint staff consisting of representatives from each service.
Marching music is being provided by the United States Army's Pershing Zone Ceremonial Band. Pershing Zone is the premier band of our senior service. They provide musical support for over 2,000 funerals each year, as well as other ceremonies and special events for national and international significance. The United States Army Band is under the direction of Major Day Kemp and led by Drum Major Matthew Carmichael. Under the order of Joint Force Headquarters National Capital Region Military District of Washington, here are platoons from the United States Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard. From the founding of the U.S. Army in 1775, America's servicemen and women have stood ready to meet every challenge.
And next in formation, Honor Guard Company, 3rd Infantry Regiment, representing the United States Army. Commanded by First Lieutenant John Keeley and led by Sergeant First Class Andrew J.
Next in formation, Marine Barracks, Washington, representing the United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi, commanded by First Lieutenant John Clay and led by Staff Sergeant Andrew Vandenbush.
Now, since the days of the American Revolution, the colors have been one of the most important elements in a military unit. At the center of today's formation, and bearing the national colors, is the Armed Forces Color Guard, led by Sergeant Nicholas Ferris and Command Sergeant Major Dennis Kirk. Last in formation, and dressed in the Continental Musicians' uniforms, the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. The Corps is led by Drum Major John Parks.
Next, we welcome the United States Park Police Horse-Mounted Unit. The Mounted Patrol Unit was founded in 1934 and is one of the oldest mounted patrol units in the United States.
I look at the director guy.
A special thank you to Military Times for being part of the National Memorial Day Parade. Now, this 50-foot-long Stars and Stripes is being carried by the Civil Air Patrol with their Honor Guard leading the way.
You can cheer. Go crazy. It's our flag. All the way from South Dakota, here comes the Harrisburg High School Marching Band. The Harrisburg School District is the fastest growing in the region, and this band is part of a comprehensive high school music program that serves over 300 students. With many accolades and honors, the band plays across the nation, including cities like Chicago, St. Louis, and Dallas. Let's take a listen.
to be a pilot after watching a group of P-40 Warhawk fighters fly. When World War II broke out, Harvey, who was his school's valedictorian and student body president, he requested to enlist in the Army and was rejected. He did not need to ask why.
However, he persevered and shortly thereafter became part of the famed Tuskegee Airmen. Now, Germany surrendered before he had actually joined the front lines, but he served as the first black combat pilot to fly missions in the Korean War. After 126 missions and winning the first Top Gun competition, Lieutenant James H. Harvey III proved himself not just a great pilot, but one of history's best. And now, we are honored to welcome the heroes of World War II.
Among the heroes of World War II with us today are veterans of D-Day, appearing in honor of their fallen comrades 78 years ago. Now, joining them is longtime friend of the parade, actor Joe Mantegna. And Joe has joined the National Memorial Day Parade each year from the very beginning, so thank you for being with us, Joe.
We love him. More than 156,000 Allied troops from the United States, Britain, and Canada landed in Normandy on June 6, 1944. An estimated 4,000 plus lost their lives and made that ultimate sacrifice. Their participation today is made possible from the support of the Gary Sinise Foundation, established under the philanthropic direction of a fierce and long-standing advocate for our nation's defender, the much-beloved actor Gary Sinise. The foundation serves our nation by honoring our defenders, veterans, first responders, their families, and those in need.
And here comes the Frank W. Ballou Majestic Marching Knights from Washington, D.C. An award-winning band with heart and soul uses musicianship, hard work, discipline, and compassion to overcome all obstacles. The band's under the direction of Darrell Watson, a former alumnus.
High school, and of special interest to him were Jeeps. The restoration of the Jeep began in 2014 using a picture of his uncle the day that the Germans surrendered was the basis for the finished product. All the rust was repaired, the engine and transmission rebuilt, sheet metal corrected, and in general everything brought back into its wonderful condition. Now we welcome, known as the Pride of Pennsylvania, the Franklin High School Black Knight Marching Band.
They played for presidents and in parades across the nation. Let's take a listen. This float is made possible by the Gary Sinise Foundation, founded by actor and humanitarian Gary Sinise. Now, through his nonprofit, today they honor the families of our fallen heroes. Each child and surviving spouse you see represent a military service member who's no longer with us, and today we remember their sacrifices.
At the Gary Sinise Foundation, they not only honor the families of our fallen, They help the nation's most severely wounded members. They support our World War II and Vietnam veterans, provide for first responders, and so much more. They are positively impacting the lives of others who serve in defense of freedom every day. Learn more about their impact and follow them to support. Visit GarySinisFoundation.org. The 2022 National Memorial Day Parade presented by Boeing is brought to you by U-Haul, Veterans United Home Loans, Alpha Prime, and by the American Veterans Center. Join our mission at AmericanVeteransCenter.org.
The Everett High School Crimson Tide Marching Band hails from Everett, Massachusetts, a small city just across the Mystic River from Boston. And despite being only 2 square miles on the map, Everett is home to a richly diverse melting pot of people, pride, and personality. And these band members, they represent families from Brazil, Nepal, Vietnam, Haiti, countries across northern Africa, and every corner of Central America.
The Crimson Tide were honored to perform in Hawaii at the 80th commemorative anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor this past December 2021. Their award-winning percussion ensemble just competed at the Winter Guard International World Championships in Dayton, Ohio. This is the 5th time a band from Everett High School has performed in the National Memorial Day Parade. Enjoy the performance.
We thank American Airlines for their sponsorship of today's parade. American Airlines, the official airline of the National Memorial Day Parade. The 2022 National Memorial Day Parade, presented by Boeing, is brought to you by AMVETS, Home for Veterans, Military Times, and the State of Qatar, and by American Airlines, official airline of the National Memorial Day Parade.
From California and founded in 1939, here is Newport Harbor High School's Marching Sailor Regiment, overlooking the gorgeous Pacific Ocean. This school's band has performed at Disneyland and the Tournament of Roses Parade.
And we wish to thank their Congresswoman, Michelle Steele, for the honor of marching in the nation's capital today. They thank their principal and all the parents for their tireless support. All right, let's grab a listen. We're honored to introduce our next float, featuring family members who have lost loved ones that served in the armed forces.
The Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors provides hope, help, and healing to all those grieving the death of a service member.
Now, the families you see walking in the parade represent over 100,000 members of the TAPS family. They're in Washington to participate in the TAPS 28th Annual National Military Survivor Seminar and Good Grief Camp for Children. Now, these families of the fallen are honoring their heroes by carrying their photos with them as they walk the parade route and represent the true spirit of Memorial Day.
Also riding on the TAPS float is Chef Robert Irvine, that great veteran of the British Royal Navy and a tireless supporter of our military and first responders. We want to thank the chef and the Robert Irvine Foundation for providing funding for transportation and a yummy lunch for many of the active duty service members here today. Thank you, Chef.
The scenery's not bad here. In front of us, You're looking at our beautiful National Archives building and museum right on Constitution Avenue.
And the rotunda of the building for all to see are our country's charters of freedom, the foundational documents of our great nation. There you can see the original Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. So much history in that building. The staff is also in charge of preserving present-day records that will become history one day.
A Lara, koliki su ovi konji?
Because they've already.
I love that great fife and drums of Yorktown. They formed in Yorktown, Virginia in 1975.
A special thank you to Home for Veterans for being a part of today's parade.
Generation after generation of Americans have been inspired by the story of George Washington's leadership through the War of Independence more than 230 years ago. Let's rewind time for this visit from the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army and our first President, General George Washington. He traveled 16 miles up from the road from his home at Mount Vernon, and joining him, sitting right by him, riding down Constitution Avenue, is Martha Washington, the First Lady.
President Washington is joining us today thanks to the support of Homes for Veterans. Homes for Veterans exists to provide barrier-free renovations to disabled veteran homeowners at no cost to the veterans or their families. And we also thank Harmon Carriages for participating in today's parade.
Je suis abonnée, mais c'est pas sur TikTok. différent quand même, on est quand même premier envahi, non? On a peut-être un peu en les armes ici, mais Ouais, c'est ce que Morgane m'expliquait. En même temps que la ville est aussi bien, c'est vraiment Mais encore une fois, voilà, à quel point ils sont fiers de leur armée, de leurs vétérans. Les vétérans, ils ont des priorités dans tous les endroits des États-Unis. C'est les premiers à embarquer dans un avion, c'est les premiers à faire absolument tout. Pour un grand respect, donc les gens, les morts au combat, n'importe quoi. Ça m'étonne pas que ça ait bien pris. En fait, c'est étonnant que ça soit pas plus vieux, quoi. C'est des
Par contre, genre, à chaque fois, moi, le moment où il y a la garde nationale qui passe, je suis en PLS. Parce qu'il y a toujours un cheval qui part. Je comprends pas que les dernières années, les gars, mais non, mais